Hey, it's Katie May and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of my backstory. So if you know me, you are familiar with this. If you don't, then well, here we go. So, I am currently 22 years old. I have been married for going on 5 years. Go ahead and do that math. I'll wait. Yes, that means I got married whenever I was 18 years old. Not 17. I'm about to turn 23. 18. So yeah, I got married shortly after my 18th birthday. And then, shortly after I got married, I found out that I was pregnant with twins. Not one baby, but 2 babies. And just to add to the madness that is all of this, I was a senior in high school. And then to make you think I'm just a little bit more crazy, it was all a part of the plan. None of this was a surprise, except for 2 babies instead of 1, and none of this was an accident. It was all mine and my husband's idea. So now that you all think I am a little bit crazy, I'm going to explain all this to you. Whenever I started high school, did I think, by my senior year, I want to be married and knocked up? No. That was nowhere in my plans. Never did I think I was going to be homeschooling. Never did I think I'd be having 3 kids and probably counting. No, I'm not pregnant, but it's in the future if it's God's will. This is not the plan for my life that I originally had. Actually, whenever I was a freshman in high school and I was in FFA and doing all that jazz, I wanted to be an agricultural high school teacher. That was the plan. I wanted to go to Murray State University in Murray, Kentucky. That's where I seen myself. But in the midst of all of this, literally school and FFA were my focuses. College was where, I was headed. That was the main goal. Well, in the midst of high school, things changed. Around my junior year, I got a little overwhelmed and a little tired of trying to just make everyone happy and trying to do all the things that other teenage girls were doing. So I decided I'm just going to stop and I'm going to do things for myself. So that is exactly what I done. I was a girl that did not think about boys. I did not think about nothing. I literally said, I'm going to take care of me. So that's what I did. I was like, what is going to benefit me from here on out? What is really just going to, what can I do to take care of myself? So whenever I started asking them questions, the first thing that I did is I started going to the gym. I wanted to take care of my health. I wanted to feel good for me. So I started going to the gym almost every day. During this time, I was also working at a fast food restaurant. So I worked. I made my money. Also, during this time, I decided I want to start going to church. I want to find out, where my faith should be, where my religion should be. So I started going to church on Sunday mornings at a Separate Baptist church where my aunt went and where I'd attended many vacation Bible schools as a child. So that's where my life was. I literally stayed busy, very, very busy. I went to school. I got off from school. I went to work. When I got off from work, then I went to the gym. And y'all, I would stay at the gym till about 10:30 at night, get home at about 11, because I worked till 9. So I'd work out for an hour and a half, then I'd get home at 11. I would crash or do my homework. I would crash, get up, go to school, do it all the next day. And that was my days there for a couple months. Then came January 2015. Yes. that is when on one Sunday morning I'd left church and I went to the gym to work out, that I noticed a particular gentleman. Now I want y'all to realize the beauty in this, okay? During this time, I was not looking for a man. That was the last thing on my mind. But I just happened to take note of this guy. I knew this guy. We went to school together. But we didn't really connect. But for some reason, this day, we started talking. Now, he had became homeschooled freshman year, so to me it was like he fell off the face of the earth. I don't know what in the world happened to him, but here he was, just one random day. So we started talking. Then we eventually started dating. And that's how that happened, at the gym. That's where I met my husband. We started dating 5 months later. So during this time, I am 17. He is 18. You guys, before him, the longest relationship I ever had was about a month. That was it. So when we all know who this guy is. His name is Chance. He is now my husband. When Chance and I had been dating and it went longer than a month, I was like, holy crap, why are we still together? What is up? Something was going right here. And 5 months down the line, he popped the question. He asked me to marry him. Yes, during this time, I am still 17 years old, fully aware. And 5 months after that, we got married. It was not no big wedding because, let's be real, I was 18, he was 19. We could not afford a big wedding. It was just a humble little wedding and we got married. And that's where the craziness began. A few months later, February, I think, I found out I was pregnant with Braxton and Brayden. And it's just like life started hitting me and fast forward. So I was 18, pregnant with twins, finishing high school, married. Nobody else, none of my friends could relate to where I was at. I was like, I just skipped 10 years ahead of everybody else. But that was my life, and I was totally content and happy with it. Yes, was it a little challenging being pregnant with twins, walking the line, getting your high school diploma? Totally. Did I feel like people were staring at me? Oh yeah. Did I really care? No, because I'm out of here and I'll probably never see you guys again. That's just how I felt. So once I got out of there, I was like, peace, see you later. I'm going on to greater and better things. So October of 2016, yeah, we're in 2016 now. Yeah, because we got married in November 2015. So October 2016 is when Braxton and Brayden were born, my babies. And shortly after that, I turned 19. We were celebrating our 1-year anniversary. You guys, we had challenges. I'm not going to lie. It was rough. But here we are, 4 or 5 years later, and we're still standing. And I love my husband more than anything. I can't even put it into words how blessed that I feel. As of now, okay, we went to, let's see, twins were born in 2016. We went 3 years, and then 2019, July 4th, Benjamin was born. So we've got 3 babies, all boys. God help me. All boys, still married, still going great, still wanting more children, which is a blessing. A lot of people look at me and they think, good God. From the beginning, people looked at me. I know they did. Me and my husband, they thought, y'all are getting married at 18. You're rushing into this. You're not going to last. Well, honey, let me tell you. Not everybody will. That's just the fact of it. I know not everybody will. And a lot of people do rush into stuff. But I just knew somewhere deep inside that this was going to work. That this had been ordained of God. And so I just trusted in that. Were there hard days? Are there hard days? Oh, yes. We struggle still today, but we still love each other so much. And we know no matter what trial we go through, God will bring us through because God brought us together. And I just look at my life now and I just feel so blessed because looking back at little freshman me, I had a totally different plan for my life. Never did I think I'd be homeschooling. Never did I think I'd be a stay-at-home mom. Never did I think I'd want 3 and counting kids, you know. And now look at me. I embrace the roles that God has given me, and I love learning more about what God expects of me and trying to reach those goals that are the Proverbs 31 woman and the Titus 2 woman. That's just where I'm at, and that's what this desire that God has really put in my heart, to raise up children in the Lord, to be the best wife I can possibly be, to be the best role model that I can possibly be, even though I'm just 22 years old. I say this, and I do not say this to brag. I've had many people tell me that I'm much more mature than my age, and I'm like, well, yeah, because look where I am. I'm 22 years old. But I became, you know, like, I started growing rapidly because I had to at the age of 18 because of the choices I made. But I'm totally fine with those choices. So yeah, I'm a 22-year-old that has a little bit more experience under my belt than most other 22-year-olds because I chose to get married at 18 and start having children immediately. But I have absolutely no regrets. I mean, I'm 22 years old with almost a 5-year marriage, 2 almost 4-year-olds, and a 1-year-old. To me, that is absolutely awesome. That's the life that I chose for myself. Not everybody else will choose that, and that is totally fine. Everybody has a separate plan that God has for their lives, but I'm so glad that I get to experience these things as a young woman, as a young mom, that I get to grow in these areas. But that was just the reason of this video today. I wanted to get on here with you guys just briefly and share a little backstory, because, you know, many people may look at me and think, you are really young. You know, how did all that happen? I just wanted to share with you guys so you could understand me just a little bit more on a personal level, where I've came from, where I'm going, who I'm trusting in, because I certainly could not do this on my own. If I would have followed my own plans, I would be in college right now, not a stay-at-home homeschooling mom of 3 and wanting more. Like, to most females my age, that is just crazy. But it's the desire that God has put in my heart. It's what I honestly feel called to do. Just something about a huge family excites me, and I want each child I have, which I know I've only been through 2 pregnancies, but I do have 3 babies. It's hard. It is so hard. But then I look at these beautiful little people and I'm thinking, they're each their own unique person. And I get the privilege, along with my husband, of watching them grow. Watching them become these little people that God created, and it's wonderful. And honestly, this may sound a little bit bizarre, but I think of children as almost a collection of sorts, because it's a collection that God made. A family is something that God handcrafted. A family may not always be the easiest thing to manage, but it's something that God has so beautifully put together for a divine purpose that really only He knows. But we get the joy and the journey of watching it all unfold as our children grow, and as we get to experience parenthood with our spouse and then go into grandparenthood. You know, it's just such a beautiful thing. And yes, with each child, things get a little harder. Things get a little bit more expensive. But, you know, there will be a time when they're out on their own and you miss them. And it's just like, I feel like with each child, you just see growth in your other children, as well as there's this new, beautiful little person in your family that God is adding to the collection that is your family, designated for you and your husband. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And that's just my outlook on it, you guys. I'm just sharing with you that words from my heart, what I think about it. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful blessing. It really is. If you like hearing about faith-based, if you like hearing about faith-based things, I have a separate channel that I want to invite you to subscribe to called the Franklin Foundations. That is a ministry-based channel that I run, and I do videos every Friday. Just of things that I feel led to share for mamas, for wives, for women, for anybody out there that wants to watch. That's from my heart to yours that I share. So I just wanted to give that a quick little plug here. But yeah, that's my backstory, and I hope from it that you guys understand me just a little bit more. But thank you all so much for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys at my next one. Bye.